So, happy Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, April 6th. It's about 3 p.m. I worked from 10 to 1 today, and then I took a nap. And now I am getting ready to pack because I am leaving on a trip tomorrow for a writing conference, which is why I am vlogging. I thought this would be a super fun week to vlog. I have not been to a writing conference since 2018 because of my health and because of COVID. So it's been 4 years since I've been to a writing conference, which is insane. It blows my mind. This particular writing conference is only 2 days long. It's just Friday and Saturday, but I am going to be gone Thursday through Sunday. I just extended my trip a little bit to give my body plenty of time to rest and recover and all that good stuff. So I leave in about 24 hours and I have done nothing. Like, I'm not prepared. I have not packed. I have not looked at my schedule. I have not really done any of that. So that is what we are about to do. We need to pack. We need to figure out a schedule. It just occurred to me this morning, I need someone to come feed my cat because I'm going to be gone for 4 days. Like, I am not on top of it over here, but I am super excited for my trip, and not only for the writing conference, but also just to have time to unplug and relax and read books and enjoy the North Georgia mountains in spring. It's going to be so beautiful. I'm really excited, but we have a lot to do, so let's go get ready for a writing conference trip. Hello, it is now Thursday. It's about 2:45, 3 p.m. Yesterday, after I finished prepping for my trip, I just finished up work for the day, and then I did a little bit of songwriting and a little bit of work on my novel before I took a shower and got in bed for the night. And today I worked from about 10:30 to 2, and then I was done for the weekend, which is a great feeling. And I just got everything packed up, and I am ready to go. Also, yes, I'm aware this is probably a ridiculous amount of stuff for 3 nights, 4 days. And no, she's not coming with me, even though she might think she is. Also, I'm so excited about the hotel I booked. It's nothing special, nothing fancy. It's just your typical chain hotel, but it is situated up on a hill. And so from the photos, it looks like it has an amazing view of the mountains, and at least the rooms on the front of the hotel, and maybe the rooms on the back too, they have a really amazing view of the mountains. So I am super excited to see it. Yeah, so let's pack up and head out. We have about an hour drive, and I'm excited.
Far off dreams, far off places. My love, she sits. My love is waiting to set me free. Do you believe the realest things don't take up spaces? So hard to find. There on your own, just passing through, just passing time. If I make this yours and you make it mine, well then we'll see. With gold.
I just passed a used bookstore called Walls of Books. If you think I'm not gonna stop there on the way home and spend all of my money, you're wrong. So I just got here. The drive took about an hour. It was so beautiful. There's nothing I love more than driving through the North Georgia mountains, listening to music. And April in Georgia, there's nothing like April in Georgia. Everything is so green. It's so beautiful. So we're here, and you guys, look at this view from the parking lot. This for under $200 a night? Okay. So I just got up to my room and I have to say I'm really impressed with this hotel. It's just a chain hotel, but it is independently and locally owned, so it does have kind of that small business feel. I do not have a view of the mountains. I have a view of the back parking lot. There is also no elevator, which is why I sound very out of breath because pots and stairs do not mix. But still, I'm super impressed with this cute hotel.
So hard to find there on your own.
So I'm here. I made it to my hotel. I'm very excited, but I'm also exhausted. This has been a really long day for my body, and then we capped it off just now with going up and down the stairs to bring all of my stuff in, which I did not need. I still cannot breathe. So it's 4:30 and I'm going to take a shower and get comfy because it's never too early. And then if I can stay awake, I think I'm gonna watch a movie and I'm very excited about it. I don't have a view of the mountains. I have a view of the back parking lot. But if I sit right here at the desk at this angle and look out the window, I can imagine that I'm just in the forest surrounded by trees. So that works too, I guess.
Just passing through, just passing time. If I make this yours and you make it mine, well then we'll see with golden eyes.
It is 8 p.m. I watched Ender's Game, which was pretty good, and I rested, and I am about to go to bed for the night. But before I do, I wanted to talk about books for a minute because I have 3 new releases by 3 of my favorite authors that I've been saving for this trip, and I'm so excited. So I'm very excited. So first we have Always Jane by Jen Bennett. I got this for my birthday. Jen Bennett is one of my auto-buy authors. She writes YA contemporary. Love everything she writes. She followed me on Twitter last week, actually. There was a lot of fangirling involved. I met her a couple years ago at a book festival. She was really lovely. I'm going to sit down tomorrow when I go home from day 1 of the writing conference and read this from cover to cover. So there's that. Then I have, actually I misspoke. I have not read any books by this author before, Lily Lainoff. I think this actually might be her debut, but this is called One for All, and the main character has plots and its own voices, and I'm very excited to read this. I think it's just straight fantasy. I don't know, but I'm super excited to read this. I also got this for my birthday. And then for our third book that I'm excited about, we have I Must Betray You by, I'm not totally sure how to say her last name, Ruta Sepetys. She writes amazing historical fiction set during World War II and the Holocaust, and this is her newest one. I do not own this, but I just got it at the library, and I'm so excited to read it. It's pretty short, so I think I might be able to read the whole thing tonight. But yeah, so I have been saving these 3 books for this trip. I'm having my own little reading and writing retreat in addition to this writing conference. And so I'm very excited. I think this weekend is going to be very creatively refreshing. And with that, I'm gonna go get in bed and read a book. Good morning. It is Friday. Lizzie McAlpine's new album is out. I've been listening to it while I'm getting ready. I went to sleep at 8:45 last night, but my body is still very tired. My body does not do mornings, and I'm a little bit concerned about like driving today and just making it the whole day. But I'm really excited so today is the first day of the writing conference, and there's one session today. It's like an intensive that goes from 10:30 to 2:30, and I'm so excited because the lady who is doing this session, she actually lives in my hometown, and I heard her speak last fall at a library that's literally less than a mile from my house, and I just really loved her. I thought she was great, so I'm really excited to get to learn from her today. And today's session is on like how to research historical fiction or historical nonfiction, which is the kind of thing that I could nerd out about all day, and today I get to. So it's gonna be really fun. And then there's a reception at 5 p.m., but I'm not going to that. I'm gonna have to come back here and crash and rest. But I am going to try to go to the bookstore on the way back that I saw yesterday because I looked it up and it's closed on Sundays. So I'm gonna try to go today if I have the energy on my way home. Yeah, so that's the plan. I'm gonna finish getting ready and finish listening to Lizzie's new album, and then I'm gonna leave at 9:30, and I have about a 20-minute drive to get to the conference. So that's the plan. So I'm wearing this orange dress that I thrifted. It's originally from Universal Threads. I love it. I think it's so cute. And then I have a jean jacket because it's a little bit chilly outside. I have my white tennis shoes, and then just some simple gold jewelry. And I'm excited. The Morning Mountains. I have a blister, and I thought it was almost better. It's been a week, so I wore tennis shoes. It's not better. I regret this already. I just got out of the conference and it is absolutely freezing. It apparently rained today while we were in there. I'm so cold. Okay, so my car needs to like defrost. So it's about 3 o'clock and the session is over today. It was really good and I definitely learned a lot. We covered a lot of stuff, but my body just kept feeling more and more miserable the whole time with like drowsiness and vision issues and headaches and nausea, and I just feel so awful. I think I'm just gonna go straight back to the hotel and crash. I'm trying to like wake myself up a little bit here so I will be okay to drive. If I can just push for like 20 more minutes, then I can go and collapse. But it's freezing, it's so cold, and I felt really rough all day, but it was still a good session and I enjoyed it. So I noticed when I booked my hotel that people had been complaining about the road to get up there, and yesterday when I got here I was like, oh, this is not that bad, like this is no big deal, whatever. But then I realized the actual road to the hotel, hang on, I need 2 hands for this. The actual road going up to the hotel is this. Oh my gosh. It just disappears into the sky. The potholes are insane. Oh gosh. Yeah, so that's what they were complaining about, and that's justified. So I'm all warm and cozy now and supremely comfortable, and I'm very happy about it. When I got back to my hotel, the lady at the front desk told me that it's supposed to snow tomorrow morning. It's literally the middle of April. So I'm not so happy about that, but thankfully I did happen to bring a warmer outfit for tomorrow, so hopefully I'll be okay. But anyway, I am going to try to read my new Jen Bennett book, but I'm guessing I'm gonna fall asleep. I would rather not sleep away my vacation, but if that's what it takes for me to get up and go to the conference again tomorrow, I guess that's what we're gonna do. Good morning. It's Saturday. It's about 8 a.m. I am up and dressed, but I am not thriving. This is very early for my body, and I had a couple of very vivid and specific dreams last night about the things that I miss the most that my body can't do anymore. And then I woke up from those dreams and I discovered my feeding tube had leaked all over the hospital bed or the hotel bed, not the hospital bed. And then I had a nosebleed and it was just like this whole thing. And then what happened? I don't know. I'm just very tired. The conference is supposed to go from 9 to 5 today. I will not be staying until 5 p.m. The last 2 hours, there are 2 sessions each hour, so you can choose which one to go to. And all 4 of the sessions that are happening during the last 2 hours are not really relevant to me. I'm not really interested in them. So I'm just gonna leave at like 2 p.m. and come back here and crash because I know I'm going to need it. Yeah, so I'm just tired and those dreams messed me up emotionally. But we're going to a writing conference. So I have another thrifted outfit. I'm wearing this t-shirt that says Love Well in a bunch of different colors. And then I have this really long like burgundy cardigan, which is the softest thing I've ever put on my body. We have some jeans, some tennis shoes, and then today I went for silver jewelry. So I have these, they look like hoops, they're not hoops. I have these little silver earrings and then this silver ring. And I was going to straighten my hair, but I forgot my straightener. So for now we're dealing with this. It'll probably end up in a scrunchie or a clip before long. And yes, I should be hooked up to my feeding tube, but I'm just not in the mood to deal with it. And I have also not been tolerating feeds well. Oh, that's the other thing that happens. This morning when I got up and unhooked my feeding tube, I discovered that the flush did not work overnight. So A, I'm now very dehydrated, and B, that's normally the first sign that my tube is clogging very badly. Yeah, so we're definitely not thriving this morning. So I just got to the conference and I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it's literally snowing. And it's April 10th. Granted, I'm in the mountains, but like, it's April 10th. On the way here, I listened to the Living Liturgies by Red Rocks Worship, which they always remind me of Alaska. That's when I first discovered them. And I only listen to them every now and again when I need something to like steady my heart. Wow, this snow is like getting harder. This is ridiculous. Okay, I'm gonna go inside now, but this is crazy.
Pull me in, draw me close. I wanna hear your heartbeat. I wanna feel your breath on my cheek.
So I just came outside to drop off some stuff in my car, and it is snowing. Like, snowing. This is ridiculous. Oh my gosh, this is insane. Look at this. It is the middle of April and it is snowing so much.
Pull me in, draw me closer. I wanna hear your heartbeat. I wanna feel your breath on my cheek.
Hello, it's 3 p.m. I just got back in my car. I'm calling it a day on the writing conference because I'm very tired, obviously. I need to go crash. I may or may not go to the bookstore. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna start driving and see how I feel. I feel pretty awful, but it's closed tomorrow. So if I wanna go, it has to be today. Yeah, so I'm gonna head back to my hotel eventually, and then when I get there, I will sit down and give a little more of a lowdown on my day today. Okay, so I am back in my hotel. I did not go to the bookstore because my body is just so beyond done. And let's be real, I don't need any more books. But before I go in, I'm not taking this inside. So before I go in, I had to show you what I bought at the gift shop at the Arts Center. It's this ceramic tile, and the lighting is kind of weird here, but it's painted, and wow, it just blows my mind. It's not a coaster, it's just a decorative tile. And there were a bunch of these, and they were so gorgeous, but I had to get the one with the mountains, and I am just blown away. Like, I don't think the beauty and like colors and everything are fully showing up on my crappy phone camera, but it's so beautiful. So this is my little souvenir from this trip. Good morning, it's Sunday. It felt so good to just sleep until I woke up. That was so needed. I am about to pack up my hotel room and head out, but before I do that, I just wanted to summarize the sessions that I went to yesterday and what I did at the conference. So the day started with a keynote session on how to write a New York Times best-selling book, which was really just a lot of review. And then after that, I was a little torn on what session to go to afterward. And there was one session that was on poetry. And in the past, I would have never chosen that session because I thought I didn't write poetry. I thought I didn't read poetry. I thought I didn't like poetry. But the past few years, I've really expanded my definition of what poetry is. And I have discovered that I really love poetry. And this session, it was about unexpected word pairings in poetry. And I thought it would be helpful with all of the songwriting that I've been doing lately. So anyway, I went to this poetry session, and it was honestly the highlight of the conference for me. It was so good. It was really just about language, and we just read some poems, and we dissected them together, and we talked about what made them work, what we liked. And the one poem I loved the most was called How Are We Doing by Nancy Miller Gomez. You have to go look it up right now. It was so good. I'll link to it in the description actually, so you can find it easily. So I went to that poetry session, which was great. And then I went to a session on children's literature, spanning all the way from board books up to YA. And that was a lot of fun. We kind of reminisced about books that we loved in childhood and stuff like that. And then after that, we had a lunch break. I think that's what we did next. Let's see, I have my schedule here in front of me because honestly, I don't even remember what I did yesterday. Yes, we had a lunch break. And I ended up I met 3 girls who were also in their 20s, which I was kind of surprised by because I was expecting the demographic of this conference to be like 75% retired ladies, which it was, and which is fine. Like, I love that demographic, but it was fun to meet some girls my age. So we walked to a little cafe downtown, and they had lunch. I didn't eat, of course, but it was really fun to get to know them and hang out with them. And then we headed back to the conference to try to catch the end of the Q&A. There was like a speaker panel Q&A session, and I was in so much pain by the time we got back. Like, my body was not doing great because we were like power walking to try to get there. But so we did catch the end of the Q&A session, and then after that I skipped the last few sessions, and I just came back to the hotel and rested and wrote an escape roll piece. But yeah, so those were the sessions that I did. Really just the main ones were the poetry session, which was great, and the children's literature session, which was also a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. I made friends with those 3 girls, and then I spent a lot of time this weekend with a lady who came up all the way from Florida to go to this conference. She was really fun. And then I met a lady who is a professional dog trainer, and so we are connected now so that I can use her because I always need to interview dog trainers for work, for pet clients. So I made a lot of friends, had a great time. And I don't know how many clips I got of it, but I also loved the Arts Center where the conference was held. It is the historic courthouse in this town, and they turned it into an art center. So it has dedicated spaces there was like a music room, a dance room, a space for pottery and yoga, and there was just art everywhere. And so it was really cool to just be kind of surrounded, just to be in that environment. Like, you couldn't help but feel creative, I think. So it was really fun. And there were about, I want to say about 60 attendees yesterday, somewhere in there. So it was a good size and it was a good conference. Yeah, I think that's the update. So I'm going to pack up my hotel room and get ready to go. I'm determined to not make more than one trip down, but this one trip might kill me. Final view of the mountains.
Oh, I know I'm thirsty for your love, and I know you promised living water. So here I am.
Made a quick pit stop at an apple orchard to get my grandma some fried pies because she loves those and she's been really sick. And now we are back on the road. I am home. It was, excuse my cat who's excited to see me. It was a long weekend, but I survived. My body did it, and now I'm ready to crash and recover. This was a super fun weekend. Make sure to go follow Izzy, who edited this video. Her channel is going to be linked below. And thanks so much for watching my writing conference vlog.